Have you been looking for a fun holiday craft that doubles as a cute piece of decor? Well, to get started, all you need are some beads and a mirror or two. I wanted the mirrors to match my style a bit better, so when I got home, I first cleaned the mirror and frames with some glass cleaner to remove any dust and debris. Because I prefer gold and brass, I decided to use some antique gold rub and buff to update the frames. I used a small paintbrush and painted the rub and buff onto the frame, then used an old rag to rub it in and disperse it a little bit. Next, I found two pictures online, one that was an outline of a Christmas tree and one of a snowflake. I printed them off, then cut them out. I wiped the mirrors down once more, then started with the Christmas tree. I simply folded some tape, added it to the back of the cutout, then centered it onto the mirror. Then I took a stiff brush, dipped it in some off-white paint, then painted around the Christmas tree, almost using it as a stencil. I stippled the brush to give it a snow-like effect, then peeled the stencil off and allowed it to dry. I did the same thing with the snowflake, just in a light blue color. I allowed the paint to dry, then I started decorating the Christmas tree mirror. I used some B7000 glue to start adding green glass beads to the tree. All I did was add a bead of glue directly to the mirror, then use some tweezers to start placing the beads onto the mirror. The glue dries somewhat quickly, so I worked in sections. I wanted the beads to look like needles on a Christmas tree, so I tried to glue them in that kind of pattern. For the star of the Christmas tree, I added glue to the entire area, then poured some gold glass beads on top, making sure that they were in an even layer. Lastly, I added little bunches of red, gold, and clear beads to the tree to look like ornaments. For the snowflake, I took the clip-on earring I thrifted, removed the backing, then glued it to the center of the snowflake. Then I allowed it to completely dry. Then I glued 6 lines of pearls to the mirror coming out from the center. Then I glued some gold glass beads in a V shape along the sides of the pearls and topped them off with red beads at the end. Finally, I added a few more pearls around the center clip-on earring to finish it off. To complete the project, I tied a piece of red silk ribbon into a bow, glued it onto the center top of the frames, then cut the ends down to size. Now I have 2 cute upcycled festive holiday mirrors that can either be hung on the wall or placed in various spots throughout my home. I hope this inspired you to create your own holiday mirrors with beads this holiday season.
This festive holiday project starts with Mylar balloons. We're going to start with green and pull these out. They come in a pack of 20, but I'm only going to need 12. But first, let's get a straw. And then we're going to take a pair of scissors and cut a 45-degree angle right at the end. That makes it easier to stick into the balloon. You're going to stick it right under that orange dot right there and push it all the way in. Once you do, just a couple of quick breaths will blow it all the way up for you. Once they're full, it's easy to take the straw out, and when you do, you're going to do your thumb and your fingers and push them together to seal it. I'm going to start with 6 of these, but you need double-sided sticky dots. These peel off pretty easy and they're very sticky. What we're going to do is put one of them on the first corner of our first balloon, and then we're going to attach another one corner to corner. Then we're going to go to the second one, put it on the first balloon that we had, put it on the corner there, and again, put a second balloon on there. Once you get those first 2, you can whip it around and you're going to stick it to that one because that double-sided sticky dot is going to hold all 3 corners together. And we're going to just work our way around that first balloon, putting corners to corners all the way around. Once we get all of those, we're going to start putting the other corners to the balloons together. And look what we form, the bottom half of a bowl. Look at that. It actually sticks really good. Then we're just going to keep adding balloons all the way up the sides, putting those little dots in and sticking them together. Once we get all the way to the top, we have one less balloon we can put in, but we're not going to because it makes a great base for our balloon to stick together and sit on the table. Next, we're going to go to the Mylar balloons that make the number 0. We're going to need 3 of these to finish up the project. We can blow these up just like they come, and they come with their own straw also. Again, we need to use the sticky dots to put them together and hold them in place. Now, we're going to take 2 of them and put them together with the sticky dots, and then take another one and we're going to use the pressure from the balloon itself to hold it together. Again, put some more sticky dots on, and we're going to put it on top of our creation here. And then we're going to make one out of red also. And this one, we just went ahead and did all of them. It takes 12 of them to put together. Another topper on there. Put it together and look at that. We have some oversized Mylar ornaments and they look awesome. You can make as many as you want and they look great. Just be careful, you might have some unwanted guests with some sharp claws. I hope you like this project as much as we did making it.
Pick up a skein of yarn in a favorite color. Head to your favorite thrift store and buy a piece of wall art with a chunky frame. Find a blank canvas that will fit within the frame, with a little bit of space to spare between the canvas and the frame. Next, paint the frame in a color that coordinates with your yarn. Now take your blank canvas and apply spray adhesive over the entire canvas. Then take some faux snow, you can get this at the dollar store, and press the snow onto the sticky surface of the canvas. Keep pressing on the snow and shake off any excess that doesn't stick. Take a narrow scrap piece of cardboard and cut it to about 3 inches in length. Then start to wind your yarn around the card. Wind the yarn about 16 to 20 times around the card. Cut the yarn across one end of the cardboard card. Remove the card and, holding the yarn by the folded, non-cut end, straighten and smooth out the yarn ends. Take another small piece of yarn and wrap it around the folded end of the yarn and tie it off in a tight knot. And trim the ends with a pair of scissors for an even edge. You just made a tassel. Using this same method, make multiple tassels. Next, brush some white paint just along the inside edge of your thrifted art piece to give it a clean, fresh edge. Once that dries, apply a line of hot glue around the perimeter on the back of your snow-covered canvas. Then, press this glued edge of the frame into the thrifted frame. Take a single cinnamon stick and glue it vertically on the bottom center of the canvas. Then apply hot glue to one side of a tassel top and press onto the canvas with the bottom of the tassel just covering the top of the cinnamon stick. Glue a second row of tassels on top of the first row, but this time using 4 tassels. Splay the sides of the outer tassels to create the look of a full tree. Hang your new framed tassel tree for the Christmas season, but enjoy it all winter long.
Head over to your local grocery store, grab a box of pasta, and get ready to make an adult version of those famous pasta preschool crafts you love so much. It is a couple copies of family photos, not the originals. You're going to begin by cutting a frame from cardboard if that's the way you're going to go. This is a great way to use up a side of a cardboard box you happen to have laying around. And go ahead and measure it against the picture that you're going to be using and create yourself a frame. Make sure you cut out the middle shape. The next thing you're going to do is warm up your glue gun and adhere the pasta all around the outside of the frame. Since you can use any shape, you can figure out how you want them to fit together. Elbow noodles would be so fun curved into one another. I chose this straight ziti pasta and I tried to line up the ends, but sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But I figured nobody's really going to be assessing it too closely, and I like the look of it being a little scattered. Once you have all the pasta adhered to the frame, just make sure that you've taken all those little strings off that glue leaves behind from the glue gun. Then head outdoors and paint the frame in your favorite holiday color. And then you want to bring it inside, grab a piece of ribbon, and make yourself a little loop for hanging and just use a dollop of hot glue in order to stick that to the back. The last step is to glue your picture in place. This is why you want to use a copy. Do not use your original family photos. Glue them to the back side of the frame and then turn it around and voila, you have a lovely little keepsake ornament that you can give to family members and put on your Christmas tree this year. Our big tree's not quite up yet, but we're going to display it here by our small one. And also we'll be using these as gifts this year. So hope this was helpful to you guys, and I hope you give it a try.
first thing you need to do is find a circular item that is a bit bigger than the top of the plastic pot. Mine was a measuring cup. Trace around your circular object and then cut them out. Next, paint a few coats of paint on the plastic pots if they aren't black. Let dry between coats. Cut a 10-inch piece of thin ribbon. Loop it in half, string it through the hole in the base of the pot, and then tie the ends in a knot. Glue the brims onto the pots. Take one ping pong ball and paint on a carrot nose. Then, with a fine black marker or black paint and a paintbrush, paint on a cute face. Next, paint on black buttons on another ping pong ball. This will form the midsection of the snowman. Now glue the hat. Then, glue on the midsection. Lastly, glue on another ping pong onto the bottom. Then, pick some of the faux fur ribbon and make a cute scarf for your snowman. Make a few more friends, display on a tree, and enjoy. Outstretch your hand and wrap the yarn around it 50 times. I found it was actually easier to find a small hardcover book and wrap it around that 50 times as my hand was too small. Take the yarn off the book and tie in the middle with a piece of yarn. Now cut the loops on either end. Take a piece of yarn about 10 inches long, fold it in half, and push through the bottom of the terracotta pot. Tie the ends in a knot. Place an ample amount of hot glue on the interior of the pot. Push the end of the yarn ball up into the pot and let dry. Glue a wood bead just before the rim of the pot for the gnome's nose. Finally, hang your little creations and let your sweet gnomes brighten your tree. Mark a toilet paper roll 3/4 of an inch down all the way around. Take an X-Acto knife and cut around the tube. Make a few more of these rings. Then take your yarn and wrap it lengthwise around the ruler approximately 40 to 50 times depending on the thickness of your yarn. Cut at the end of the loops and you will have many strips of yarn. Now fold a piece of yarn in half and wrap it around the toilet paper roll and pull the ends through the loop. Continue to do this the whole way around the roll. Next, wad 2 pieces of paper towel into a tight ball. Push into the toilet roll so that it sits about 1.5 inches above the top of the roll. Tie a string around the ends tightly and double knot. Now push the ends through the roll. If there are any stray bits of yarn, trim them or push them up further. Hot glue a pom-pom on the top. Then tie a piece of yarn or string around it as a hanger and tie the ends. I wish I had made one of these first so that I would have tried it on my snowman as an alternative hat, but you can always do that.